Justin here with the Atlanta Brick Co. And I am here with the original MOC masters. We have Mark and Jon. And today we're going to take a look at other side of our Lego city, which is all Marvel all the time, or specifically MCU. And it doesn't really showcase any one specific scene, or is it the Battle of New York specifically?
It's really focused off of the first Avengers movie, the Battle of New York scene, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the peripherals of this build, so yeah, it should be interesting to dive in.
A lot of little Easter eggs, there's some hidden little things like all good MOCs have. So I wanted to ask you guys, how bad did it hurt to take down Starcourt Mall? Did it hurt at all?
No, not really. It was up long enough and I didn't really care about it anymore.
We went in like the typical
to.
wrecking crew, just
we actually took a video of me just like absolutely just hammering the top of one of the buildings just for fun. Because we were like, yeah, we might as well go out all the way if we're going to take it out.
So if you did not see it, Starcourt Mall from Stranger Things from the end of season 3 was what took up this side of our cityscape before, and that was your baby, right?
Yeah, my first build I did here.
You just smashed it.
Yeah. I did. It was never actually even done. I hadn't done the back two legs of the Mind Flayer yet.
It had a giant Mind Flayer sitting on top of the mall. It lit up, but they took it all up to build this, and we'll take you through, but I wanted to ask you guys a few questions first. Was there a more challenging part to this than others, or what was...
I'd say when I was working on it, the most challenging part was just finding enough windows and pieces to complete all the buildings, because these are like literal skyscrapers. They're like a 1, 2, 3, like 4 or 5-story buildings, and it's like you don't normally see that in like sets, and we just had to accumulate a lot of windows, so it was a bit of a challenge finding all those pieces. So.
I didn't do any of that. The hardest part for me was working with this dude because he was so naggy and I was done. I couldn't handle it. I was just like, bruh.
Oh, I bet he. Well, when I was on Lego Masters,
yeah,
you had to do that
all
the whole
I
time.
heard from him. Just like, no, you don't do that. I know what to do. I won Lego Masters. I'm like,
did you
bruh.
win Lego Masters?
No, I mean he's not wrong.
He's not like that. We're joking. He's a pleasure to work with. Is there a favorite part to this?
I don't actually really know. I definitely like the middle part, the alien thing that Loki's riding.
Leviathan, yes.
That he said he whipped it up in like a few minutes.
It
like,
took the least of any of the things built here, but it's actually probably what I would point to as my favorite part. It's like a centerpiece. It really is fun. So yeah.
And I noticed there are a few non-Lego things in here, like the chromed Infinity Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool looking. We'll get a close-up of that.
It lights up too, so...
Oh, awesome. So that's your favorite as well.
I would say that's my favorite feature because most of the buildings are designed to be somewhat of a backdrop to all the action going on with all the characters. It's kind of like the actual movie. The buildings aren't particularly interesting, except maybe Stark Tower, because they don't want you to draw your attention too far away from what's going on. So.
Yeah. And Stark Tower does look amazing, those crazy angles.
That was all Jon, yeah.
We don't talk about it.
It's barely holding together. Actually, this city is so tall we had to put plexiglass on top, which we normally don't do, so it can protect the because otherwise it would reach way past.
Stark Tower is so tall we had to like extend it above the plexiglass.
Cut off.
So it's cut off.
All right, here is Stark Tower and the subway. And we do have the train that goes through it. Oh, we have a Spider-Man battle going on. All right, tell us about this building, guys.
Yeah, so this building was actually designed to be like the building in the Office TV show. You can see some of the Office characters on the inside. You can see Michael looking dramatically out of his office right there, and Jim and Dwight over by their desks inside. And so there's a lot of little Easter eggs in there. Yep, you can see them. There they are. And yeah, so that's a fun little building. It was originally going to be a parking garage, but it ended up being that because on the top we have a nice little scene here. It's actually, this vehicle was built by Joe. He'll probably want us to mention that really quick. And you can see the ashes of what was Hank Pym and the Wasp and other Ant-Man characters that were trying to help him get to. What are you looking at me?
Hope.
Hope, yes, that's her name. Well, I was thinking her superhero name.
I hope you would have remembered that.
Anyway, so there's another fun little scene from the Infinity War era, but it's a little separate side scene to the greater battle for New York going on.
And that's always what makes MOC so interesting, is all the little in-jokes and side stories. And please, if I miss one, point them out to me, because I love that stuff. What is this going on down here?
Oh, so we have some Chitauri soldiers running around looking for civilians or Avengers to do battle with. And at the very bottom in the subway where we passed by earlier, there's actually a scene of Spider-Man fighting Dr. Octopus in the subway down there, so that's pretty fun. Because this is New York, you know, Spider-Man would be around somewhere, so.
Now, if this is specific MCU, you guys must have got an early screening of the new Spider-Man movie that has not come out yet, right?
Exactly. We have all the inside knowledge, so we definitely...
We have all 3 of the Spider-Man actors in here somewhere. You just gotta find them, don't worry.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about your Stark Tower. That is nuts. Look at the angle on that one, and the way you got it to say Stark, and it actually looks like the font from the show
That
or
was
movie.
the part that I hated doing the most for some reason, because it's just getting all those angles to create the letters, especially in the font they had it on the building. It's just rough because you had to take hinges, or like not hinges, but like clips, and then clip in another clip which angled a brick, and it was just very complicated. And there's a dead guy on it.
It's too late night partying.
At the base of it, there's only one spot that's actually connected by like actual straight up brick, which is the side, which is where it wraps around the back of it. The rest is either snot or just hinged up, so it's not really connected so much so like firmly. So it's very, very unstable, and we found that out earlier as it was slightly coming apart, but we don't talk about that part at all.
There's comic book Vulture down there.
I mean, it's also New York and a Spider-Man villain. So
Yeah.
you see a lot of Spider-Man villains just watching the scene unfold as they're waiting for their movie to appear. So.
I should wonder, where were they during the Battle of New York?
All right. Let's start with this guy back here, this blue building. Is it based on anything in particular?
This building is not particularly based on anything, but it does have several rooms of various Lego themes, action scenes going on inside them. You see a Friends doll meeting. It might be a cult, I'm not sure. But and then the next floor down, you see there's a Chima recruitment hiring office, and there's a big gorilla getting mad and throwing a Chitauri soldier out the window because they're monkeys and they go bananas. So yeah, there's a lot of weird scenes going on in that building, but you have to enjoy these little details. Angie had fun decorating those rooms, very fun. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's right, because you don't do interior usually, so Angie went back and did some of these interiors. All right, and there he is, Thanos.
Yeah, that's Thanos with his custom Infinity Gauntlet. We'll see if there we go. There the lights go. Pretty menacing. He's also a bit early because this is when the Avengers first started, not when Thanos shows up to kick their butts. So a little out of sync with the timeline. Maybe this is a multiverse scene. I don't know. So.
Yeah, that time stone.
Yeah, exactly. If you've seen What If, this makes perfect sense. I mean, yeah.
As if What If makes sense at all.
Exactly. But
and he's comic book Thanos too. I love that.
Exactly.
I love how you guys are mixing everything together because it's all Marvel, right? There's love for all.
Exactly.
Love for all.
There's so much stuff in the Marvel universe, it's hard not to incorporate it all.
A small deli or grocery store there being attacked by Chitauri soldiers, and they're causing mayhem and spilling the lemons and all sorts of stuff. So.
Now, John, did you put that minifigure there to spite?
No,
to spite him?
I did not. I actually didn't do any of the figure placement. That was all Mark.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I was too
put that
busy.
in there, so it might have been Joe, but somebody put that plant monster in there just to mess with me because I think as we were building this, the episodes of Lego Masters were airing, and they remembered that one of my figures fell over.
I think that figure was actually falling off a building, and then someone moved him off the building on the ground.
Yeah.
So it was a lot more harsh of an insult before. But we can always move it back. That's always still a possibility.
And there is the Leviathan, right?
Yes, the Chitauri Leviathan. That's the name of the creature. And you have Loki riding it into New York, right in the middle of the cityscape. This is, I think, one of me and John's favorite parts of this build for sure. For some reason, it just works. It's got all the crazy gold details, and it looks really menacing, and yet vaguely weird and slug-like at the same. Like you don't really know what it is, but it looks scary, right?
It's something you don't want to come across when you're just meandering through New York. That's all I'm gonna say.
This is much worse than the traffic and anything else that could be found there. So, but then below that you see the Avengers as well. So
I know this is the hero shot. Let me see if I can mimic
Their
it.
lovely zoom up shot in the movie, which is so iconic nowadays.
it's worth mentioning. I'm pretty sure Joe helped pose those figures as they are now. He did. He really wanted to have a little input on that. So
He is the self-appointed MCU master of the store.
Well, former appointed MCU master of the store.
Yep, and this bridge was something that me and John built together as one of our few actual physical collaborations. Most of the time it's like, I'll do this building, you do that building, but this one we both did together, which was
The
fun.
only one. It was the first thing we did, actually, to kind of set the scale and tone for the entire build.
Yep.
So,
I love the use of that. What is that? Is that light tan? No, nougat. That's the nougat brick. That looks so good, and it's just a simple repeating design, but when you put it all together, it looks amazing.
when you're doing large scale stuff like this, you don't really need too many details beside the masonry, because from afar it looks perfectly fine. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the bottom of, what is this building?
This is another large office building, and it's designed to have little attachment points for the Chitauri soldiers to grasp onto and then look like they're climbing the building, because that's what they did a lot in the Avengers movie. So, and then I think on the bottom floor you have a just a various DC / comic / license theme. It looks like another either employment agency or maybe it's an office building. It could even be like a call center.
It's unemployment agency.
Unemployment
for the DC
agency.
minifigures.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. So they're trying to find a job since DC isn't doing as well as Marvel these days. So, and then I think you even see Emmett from the Lego Movie, some video figures, Green Lantern up there. I see him. So and I think even Wolverine might be there because he hasn't had a gig in a while. So. Just a bunch of figures that are a little down in their luck. But I think on the top floor you have a very weird scene going on. You have a battle between Lord Business, Lex Luthor, and the Joker, which would be, I would watch that movie.
Heck yeah! That is awesome. And we've got this is a very textured office building back here. Mm-hmm. What's the story with this guy?
Another big office building to have the background and scale look right. There's actually not very much going on the roof because it's behind the taller building. There's not as much to see if you're out on the outside. But on the inside of this building, there's quite a few scenes going on. I remember there's either a rave / disco battle between Shima and Ninjago movie figures. I think that's on the first floor. So if you can get I don't know if you can actually see it with the camera, but if you visit the store in person, you're able to get a glimpse of that. So that's pretty fun. And then down below, you have Mysterio. Just kind of looming in the background, waiting for his chance to show up and torment Spider-Man with some sort of mystical appearance-based illusion. So.
And the mirror here provides you a view of the back. And of course, because of that, you guys had to make it 3D all the way around.
Exactly.
And build everything up. Genius!
It also has the effect of making it look like there's more buildings going off into the distance, even if you know that that's just a mirror. It subliminally tricks the mind into thinking this is a sprawling city going back. So,
when you guys planned the buildings, like I noticed this one's shorter than this one, and again, it doesn't really matter because the mirror's there. But did you guys plan everything out, or did you just kind of fly by the seat of your pants and built it one by one?
We kind of took out sections to do different buildings on certain sizes. We wanted different heights just to add, I guess, randomness to it, because in a city, not all the buildings are the same height, and some are towering higher than others. So we wanted to make it look more natural with how the styles of building were. There's multiple different styles of buildings, different colors, which I think is how a city should be.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. All right, let's go down, see if we can get a peek what's going on under here.
There's another subway
I think it's just Batman down there on a couch feeding alligator Loki something or another, mutton maybe, and a cake.
I love it.
There he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
We don't ask questions about what goes
Maybe
on
they're having a
down
birthday
there.
party, I don't know.
I love how you guys did the broken glass, too, in the Shawarma Palace.
That's the scene from the movie. I mean, the after credit scene on the Avengers movie.
I actually haven't even looked at some of the insides of this building, but the one up here on top of the Shawarma place actually has Condiment King doing something ketchupy and mustardy, which is absolutely hilarious because Condiment King is honestly the best villain in all of DC comic book history, solely because of the costume.
He's probably the architect of all the what if villains. You know, that Condiment King is behind it all.
He's the true villain. He's stronger than Thanos. All those people
stronger
with tomato allergies.
Than Ultron, stronger than all of them, yeah. But that's his evil lair, and he's also providing condiments to the Shawarma Palace below.
I love it. And we have a movie reference here.
Oh yes, so the top of this building was small and square, and I was thinking, what would be funny that we could put there? And I remembered this one scene from The Room where he comes out and he's like, I forget his name, but he was talking to his friend Mark. It's from The Room, and I definitely don't watch that movie, but it's really funny. It's like a GIF, it's a meme, so definitely watch it and enjoy it. But
oh hi Mark.
Yeah, oh hi Mark. And yeah, so we had to include that reference. A lot of people have actually mentioned, oh I see that's from The Room, right? I mean, yep, that's it.
And if you don't know, The Room is famously the worst movie ever made. I think it beat Plan 9 from Outer Space for worst movie ever made. And weirdest. All right, we got some more civilians fleeing and Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he's a carryover from our other city area because Anakin just likes to, zap people down with his lightsaber. Yeah, exactly. He's chasing Commissioner Gordon and some poor civilians. So.
It's all Disney anyway, so it's all the same.
At this point it is, yeah.
Can't sue us.
But you have Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum here, and you have the Ancient One battling Chitauri soldiers on the roof, so that's pretty fun. If you hit the light, which John is about to do, you see some magic-y stuff going on inside, so that's pretty fun. So nice little rainbow light up there.
Also a reference to Spider-Man No Way Home, wink wink.
Yep. A little, hopefully, foreshadowing.
Because you guys saw it already, months ago.
Of course.
We saw them years ago, before they even started filming them.
We wrote the movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
That is awesome. And what's interesting to me is you basically took the Lego set and beefed it up.
Yeah.
And completely made it a full building.
I think it's twice as wide as the front of the original Lego set, and it's just a bit bigger in every aspect. You also have a couple more Easter eggs. You have Venom hanging out in the darkness down there. Oh, there's the train. There he is. And you have Magneto around the corner as well. You might not be able to see him. There he is. Waiting for a chance to stop the X-Men or X-People or whoever. So.
X-People.
Yep.
They used to be people.
Yeah.
Now they're X-People.
X-aliens.
So this is Joe, and he's going to explain his van, his claim to fame, and this beautiful MOC.
Is the most beautiful thing on the MOC. Duh. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to build. I just grabbed our medium nougat, the whole bin of it, and just kind of started going off that because it was the best color. And then, had fun with it. Really had to struggle with the tunnel in there, trying to get it to look like it's actually narrowing down and still have that light effect in the back. So I'm happy with how it turned out. And then Mark was like, you need to put a flashing light in there. He's kind of good at, Lego Master things.
Awesome, it's beautiful.
Yes, I agree.
Here's one more pass through the entire city. As you can see, it's very, very large and very, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for taking us through. That is amazing work. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. I guess there's no plans for the future for this for right now. This is gonna hang around a while, right?
For a little bit at least.
Yeah, until creativity strikes again, and we'll just have another video of us smashing that one and build a new one. But right now, I think we're busy enough that we won't be rebuilding anything anytime soon.
This is going to live here at the Atlanta Brick Co. for a little while until your muses sing to you once more, I guess.
It'll be a long time.
I'm done with you. All right. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to share this video if you like seeing stuff like this. And please subscribe. To those of you who are subscribed, thank you so much. If you want to see more of these guys, let me know in the comments. Some little tips and tricks that these expert builders have. So let me know in the comments what you want to see. And we will see you guys very soon. Thank you so much. Peace.